Hello and welcome back to Hydroponics Daily. I'm your host, Dr. Russell Sharp, and today we're talking about Lego products. No, not the toys that you get when you're a kid, or even many adults. One of my best friends, he's obsessed with Lego. But no, these are certain types of hydroponic products that I term Lego products. But before we get into that, I just want to talk about some of the other products we talked about previously. And I said to be wary of products that don't tell you what's in them. And they just say, this is a tonic for root promotion, and a lot of the products have rhizo or root in their name, and they don't say what's in them, but basically they're just seaweed extracts. And the benefit you get from a seaweed extract, like increased rooting, potential modification of growth form and things like that, they focus on that and they don't actually say what it's in. So they can charge a lot more for a basic seaweed extract. Often they'll say what's in the seaweed extract. So they'll say contains gibberellins or auxins and cytokinins, alginic acid and things like this. And you think, wow, that's a PGR. It's a natural PGR, or it's a hormone product. Well, it's not. It's just a seaweed extract that contains these. Just as if you crushed up a leaf, it will contain growth regulators, it will contain hormones, because plants contain hormones. So be wary of those sorts of tonic type products, and just make sure you're not. They might be fantastic products. They might be really good seaweed extracts, and they might be really good humic acid products, or they might be really good tricontinol products. But if they're really overpriced, then you might be better off just buying a seaweed extract or buying a humic acid product. So they're the tonic type products. And now we're going to talk more about the potion type products. And these are where somebody gets 2 or 3 active products and mixes them together. And they do this for a number of reasons. One, the first one is that they think they're being innovative. They think they're being scientists and innovating by mixing humic acids with seaweed, with NPK, with tricontinol, with silica, and they're not actually creating new innovation. They're just mixing products together. They're Lego. They're adding one block to the next block to the next block, which, unless there's a real reason to do that, it's not really great. It's not moving the needle for the needle forward. Is that the phrase I'm looking for? It's not moving the game forward. And really, it's not true innovation, is it? Unless it's like, adding 3 different paints together. And unless you can make a Van Gogh or a, Renoir with it, you're just mixing paint together, mixing yellow and blue to make green. It's not rocket science. So it's pretend innovation. That's one of the reasons I don't like Lego products. And the other reason I don't like Lego products is that you rarely find yourself in a situation where you need all of these things put together in one product. In actual fact, you're probably better buying the seaweed extract, the humic acid, the silicon, the tricontinol on your own. And so that's why a lot of these products fail, because people think they're being innovative. They think it's a new product, and then they launch it into the hydroponic sector, and it just sits there and collects dust. So we've had a lot of customers who've asked us to make these products in the past, and sometimes I've made them, and sometimes I've said, you know what, it's not of interest to me because it's not going to sell. It's going to sit there on the shelf, and then 3 years later, you're going to come back to me and say, oh, it's sedimented out and it's not stable. And you're like, yeah, because it's sat on the shelf for 3 years and it's an organic product. And you mix them all together, and we haven't shelf life tested them. So that's another reason I don't like Lego products. And then the other reason is, especially if they've got NPK in them. So you take an example of Tomerite, which is a basic NPK fertilizer, has a bit of seaweed extract in there as well. So it's an NPK plus an organic product, so a mineral plus an organic product. And that's cheap as chips, Tomerite. So if you're launching into the hydroponic sector, an NPK plus a seaweed plus this plus that, what's the market for it? Because everyone's already using an A and a B fertilizer, or if they're using gold leaf or liquid gold, as it's called in the UK, they've already got the base fertilizer. So why would they need extra NPK? They might need a seaweed extract, but why would you be delivering an extra NPK? So that's another reason. So I say they're often multiple products in one go. Then if you're thinking of launching one, just be wary. You've really got to have a good rationale for putting all those things together. It's not just hydroponics. You see it a lot in sports turf. There's a lot of products in sports turf that are just loads of products put together, and even arable farms. And they don't take over the world. They're not the dominant products, and they're often just gathering dust and taking up space. However, if you think you know of one that's really good, then let me know, and I'm more than happy to feature it on Hydroponics Daily. The classic one that we always get asked for is seaweed extract plus amino acids. And when you ask the customer why they want it, they can never give you a good reason. Just that, oh, my customer asked for it. And we do sell a lot of seaweed extracts, and we sell a lot of amino acids at Utrema. And we've got products like your hop growers. They love it. They put it in together. They tank mix it, and they put it in with humic acids. But that's their job. That's the end user's job, to mix it in the tank. You don't need a product. They don't need one bottle and then pour it in. They can just buy 3 bottles and pour it in at the ratios they want. So yeah, seaweeds plus amino acids. And then you might see seaweed extracts that says contains a lot of amino acids. And that's seaweed itself doesn't contain a lot of amino acids, doesn't contain a lot of protein, so they've been added. And again, seaweed contains sodal, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. So if you see a seaweed product that contains them, again, it's another Lego type product. Okay. And that's one of the reasons we don't sell fertilizer to the general public, is because when you ask them what fertilizer they use, they always say seaweed extract. And you're like, there's no NPK in seaweed extract, so why are you using it as a fertilizer? We prefer to go for the more knowledgeable growers and hydroponic growers and sell through grow shops. Okay. So if you're interested in stocking a good base nutrient, then always go for gold leaf or liquid gold in the UK. And then if you're looking for additives, speak to us as well. Okay. That's been Hydroponics Daily for today. I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you very much.